name is Erin Dahl, and I am the Nutrition Communications Education Manager at Natural Grocers. And I just want to say welcome. Today, we are kicking off our Natural Grocers 21 Days to a Healthier You program. As part of our new commitment to nutrition education, we are thrilled to be offering this three-class series which is led by our nutritional health coaches or NHCs and is rooted in helping you build healthier habits to achieve your health goals and propel you towards more vibrant and optimal health. So, throughout our series, we're going to cover a variety of topics, including how to eat for health and vitality, how to kick sugar cravings, and detoxify your life. So get excited because we've got a jam packed 3 weeks full of fun, educational, and inspiring content. And as a trained nutritional health coach myself, I'm really honored and privileged to be able to present week one of our 21 Days to a Healthier You program to all of you today, how to eat for health and vitality. So, to introduce myself a bit more, I'm originally from Indianapolis, Indiana. I went to Indiana University where I obtained my Bachelor's of Science in Nutrition and Dietetics. After graduation, I went on to complete a clinically concentrated dietetic internship at the Medical University of South Carolina. And after graduation, I became a registered dietitian. I also have a passion for functional medicine and holistic nutrition. So I went on to obtain a master's in nutrition and functional medicine from the University of Western States. So, with all of that education and experience, now I get to live out my passion of helping others live well and be well. And I'm really honored to be able to do that at Natural Grocers. All right, so that's enough about me. What do you say? Let's go ahead and dive into week one of our 21 Days series, How to Eat for Health and Vitality. So, I want to kick off today's presentation with a question. Take a moment to think about it. What are your health goals currently? Does supporting mental clarity, attention, and focus come to mind? Or maybe it's healthy energy levels or a healthy body composition. Could it be digestive health, hormonal balance, metabolic health, or maybe a positive mood and healthy skin? Or maybe for you, a couple of these, or even all of the above. So, when it comes down to it, we probably all have specific health goals in mind that we'd like to achieve, and that will help ultimately propel us towards more optimal and vibrant health overall. But sometimes, and I think we can probably all relate to this, achieving these goals can be easier said than done. So, if we put our heads together, we could probably come up with a whole list of barriers and obstacles that cause us to fall short and prevent us from reaching our goals. But I want to spend some time today discussing and really focusing on three major barriers that can impact a lot of us, including dietary and lifestyle factors, chemical overload, as well as blood sugar imbalance. So, more than we'd like to believe, these three areas can have a major impact and can prevent us from hitting the mark when it comes to reaching our health goals. So, with dietary factors, we have to understand that nutrients from the food we eat are the very foundation of life. So, nutrients drive every biochemical process in the body, and even just listening and comprehending this presentation involves multiple nutrients, including vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients. So, you can imagine that if our diet is subpar or imbalanced, we simply won't give our bodies the nutrients needed to function optimally. Additionally, poor nutrition can also be a major driver of chronic inflammation and increase our risk for chronic disease. But what about chemical overload? How might that derail my health goals? Well, we're exposed to thousands of environmental toxins and chemicals daily. Can you guess how many toxic chemicals the average person carries in their blood and urine? Well, according to the Environmental Working Group, the average person carries 91 toxic chemicals in their blood and urine. And unfortunately, if these compounds hang around too long in the body and if we struggle to detoxify them, they could contribute to hormone disruption, increase inflammation, and even cause changes to our DNA. And then there's blood sugar imbalance. So the body goes to great lengths to control blood sugar levels, and this is because when out of balance, it can lead to a host of problems, including increased fat storage, excessive cravings, fatigue, brain fog, even increased cortisol production, which is our primary stress hormone, as well as inflammation and oxidative stress. So, unfortunately, blood sugar imbalance is more common than you'd think and can be affected by many factors, some of which we've already covered, like poor nutrition and chemical overload, as well as chronic stress, sedentary lifestyle, and more. So, hopefully, by now it's clear that all three of these factors can wreak havoc on the body, potentially causing us to miss the mark on our health goals. And while all of this may make you want to run away and hide, don't do that quite yet. There is some good news here. Luckily for us, all of these factors are modifiable, meaning we have some control over them. So, with these factors having such a large emphasis on our health, Natural Grocers has developed our 21 Days to a Healthier You program to really speak to these three key areas, and in doing so, help you on the road to more vibrant and optimal health. And you might be asking, well, why 21 days? Well, because that's really all it takes to start building healthy habits that will help you reach your health goals and that last a lifetime. So, during each week of the program, we'll take a deep dive into one of these key concepts, providing you with the education and support you need to turn the ship around and to achieve success. So, this week, you'll discover how to eat for health and vitality. And during weeks 2 and 3, we'll explore how to support healthy blood sugar balance, as well as detoxify your life and promote healthy daily detoxification. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our week 1 material. And week 1, it's all about eating for health and vitality. So you can probably agree that there's a lot of misinformation and confusing advice out there when it comes to the best way to eat to support overall health. But today, which I'm really excited about, we're going to settle that confusion once and for all. And we'll spend some time really answering the question of what does healthy eating actually look like? And while that might sound daunting, it really doesn't have to be, especially if we recruit the help of the Natural Grocers Healthy Meal Wheel, which provides us with 5 simple steps for building balanced and nutrient dense meals every time. So, these 5 steps include incorporating lots of vegetables, which you probably could have guessed, a moderate amount of quality protein, plenty of healthy fats, and optional additional carbohydrates if needed to support our energy needs. And then we'll also talk about opting for organic and non GMO whenever possible. So, once we understand the basics of eating for health and vitality through adopting the practices of the healthy meal wheel, we'll then expand on the meal wheel by discussing 5 key supplements known as our foundational 5 supplements. And these supplements build on the healthy meal wheel to help fill in the nutritional gaps and, in doing so, propel you towards vibrant health. All right, so let's get started with the first category of the meal wheel, which is incorporating more veggies. So, eating lots of vegetables is probably one piece of nutrition advice we can all agree on. So, vegetables provide a healthy source of carbohydrates. They give us antioxidants as well as essential vitamins and minerals and beloved fiber. But I want you to go ahead and take a moment to think about the meals you ate yesterday. Did you include veggies at each of those meals? How many different kinds and colors of veggies did you include? And what proportions did they take up on your plate? Was it an eighth of a plate, a quarter, maybe half of a plate? So, in considering your personal veggie intake, you might be surprised to hear that at each meal, we should be aiming to fill half of our plates with vegetables. And to go a step further to help us maintain healthy blood sugar balance, priority should really go to those vegetables that are lower in carbohydrate and non-starchy. So this could include vegetables like dark leafy greens, summer squash, the onion family, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, Brussels sprouts. You can include tomatoes, mushrooms, and carrots in that list as well. And then, if you're needing some additional energy, let's say you're very active or an athlete, on top of those lower carbohydrate, non starchier vegetables, you might also include some more moderate to higher carbohydrate veggies like winter squashes, beets, and potatoes to again help you meet those energy needs. So, overall, when it comes to the vegetable category, you might need to experiment with the amounts of higher carbohydrate, starchier vegetables on your plate. Okay, so again, go ahead and think back to the meals you ate yesterday. So, do you see any opportunities where you could have added in more veggies? Maybe you could have tossed in some spinach to your scrambled eggs at breakfast, or replaced chips you had as a snack with veggie sticks and hummus. So, I only wanted to go through that activity just to show you that there's a variety of ways you can easily incorporate more veggies throughout the day and in your meals. And so, I really encourage you to get creative. Okay, so once your plate is filled with delicious vegetables, next you want to choose quality protein. So we should include quality protein with every meal and snacks too. This is because protein is key to supporting optimal health at any age. It helps us stay full and satiated, as well as balances blood sugar. And it also provides us with amino acids, so the building blocks of all body tissues. This also includes amino acids, also form neurotransmitters, our communication molecules, hormones, and enzymes. So, ideally, we should aim to consume about a palm sized portion of protein at each meal. And that protein could come from a variety of sources, including both animal and plant foods. So, animal foods like meat and seafood, eggs, and dairy are considered optimal sources of protein because they provide us with all of the essential amino acids. So, this means the amino acids that our body can't make and must be obtained through food. And animal foods provide these amino acids in the right proportions and are therefore considered higher quality, complete proteins that are a great option to help you meet your protein needs. If you're a pesco, lacto, or ovo vegetarian, you also have the option to incorporate optimal animal sources of protein like fish, eggs, and dairy into your routine too. Plant foods, on the other hand, they do contain these essential amino acids as well, but typically not all in one food and in smaller amounts. If you are vegan or vegetarian, plant-based sources of protein for you might include fermented soy products like tempeh and miso, nuts and seeds, or beans and legumes. You could also consider higher protein, gluten-free grains like quinoa, amaranth, and buckwheat in moderation. So, overall, consuming a variety of these protein sources daily ensures an adequate supply of protein and also helps to deliver all of the essential amino acids that our body needs. So, in terms of quality, quality proteins are also naturally raised. And a lot of times, naturally raised speaks to animals that have not been given antibiotics, hormones, or other toxic chemicals like pesticide contaminated feed. If naturally raised, this could also consider what the animal is fed, ensuring they have a diet that is natural to their biology, as well as humane treatment of these animals, giving them ample access to outdoor spaces. So, on a label, terms you can look for that can help indicate naturally raised animal products might include those that are organic, 100% grass fed, pasture raised, and wild caught. So, one example of the naturally raised difference that I want to share with you today is the fact that beef coming from grass fed cattle is actually superior nutritionally. So, when cows are allowed to graze and consume a natural diet of grass, hence the term grass fed, their products actually have a healthier fatty acid profile compared to conventionally raised beef, which are fed an unnatural diet that's high in grains. So, this is because grass is higher in health promoting omega 3 fats, while grain is higher in omega 6 fats, which tend to be more inflammatory. So, to put this in perspective, Grass-fed cows have an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of about 2 to 1.7. This is in contrast to conventionally raised meat, which is again fed a diet high in omega-6 rich grain, and their omega-6 to omega-3 ratio is around 23 to 1.8. So you're getting a lot more omega-6 fats when consuming conventionally raised meat. And when in excess, like I mentioned earlier, excess omega-6 tends to be pro-inflammatory and is also associated with modern diseases like heart disease and weight gain. So, grass-fed beef, in addition to having a healthier fatty acid profile, is also more nutrient dense compared to its conventional counterpart. So, grass-fed beef is higher in zinc, CoQ10, L-carnitine, as well as vitamins A and E. And it also is higher in conjugated linoleic acid, as is the milk and butter from grass fed cows. So, conjugated linoleic acid, or CLA, is a type of fat that's been shown to support a healthy body composition and muscle mass, as well as immune system function. Okay, so with half of our plate veggies and a quarter quality protein, next we need to add some healthy fats. So, fat not only adds texture and flavor to meals, but fat also provides our body with energy. It helps us feel full and satiated and also absorb fat soluble vitamins, and it supports healthy blood sugar balance. So, you can find healthy fats in whole food sources like coconut and other nuts and seeds, avocado, and olives. You can find healthy fats in cooking oils like olive, coconut, and sesame oil, as well as butter, ghee, lard, and tallow. And with butter, ghee, lard, and tallow, again, quality here is really important. So we want to look for organic, pasture-based, and grass-fed versions of these fats. Healthy fats can also be a component of the quality proteins you have on your plate, like eggs, meat, fish, and seafood. And then you can find healthy fats in full fat dairy products as well, like cheese, yogurt, kefir, and full fat milk. So, when designing your plate, healthy fats can be incorporated by preparing and or dressing your food with these fats for serving. So, maybe you add an olive oil dressing to your salad, or you decide to cook your veggies in ghee or butter. You can also incorporate whole food sources of healthy fats into your meals and snacks, such as topping your salad with some avocado. So, again, you can get creative here. And I do want to spend some time touching on one important topic. So, sometimes fat, especially saturated fat, can get a bad rap. But fearing fat, I'm so happy to say, is a passing fad. So, newer research shows we do not need to fear fats, including saturated fat. So, saturated fat has many health benefits. It serves as the preferred fuel for the heart. It supports healthy HDL cholesterol. And studies show that people who eat the most saturated fat actually do not have a higher risk of any form of cardiovascular disease. So, that's really good news. And that means we don't need to be afraid to add healthy fats to our meals. And I think you'll find that there's many benefits to adding fats to our diet. Okay, so vegetables, protein, and healthy fats should make up the foundation of every meal, but some may find that they need additional carbohydrates to meet their energy needs. So, an example would be athletes or those who are very active. So, in this case, you can add in some additional carbohydrates with starchy vegetables, as well as fruits and maybe some legumes. So, these foods are the most nutrient dense and preferred source of additional carbohydrates to meet these needs. Grains also offer an alternative and affordable source of carbohydrates, but are generally recommended less often due to their low nutrient density and higher carbohydrate content. So, if you do decide to incorporate grains, you want to focus on those that are gluten free and whole grain. In addition, you might also consider soaking or sprouting your grains and legumes. This is just kind of an extra step in the preparation process, and it can definitely help with the digestibility of these foods, as well as ensuring their nutrients are bioavailable. So, if you haven't noticed a theme already, the quality of our food matters, especially in how it's produced. So, whenever possible, we really want to try to opt for food that is organic and non GMO. So the benefits of choosing organic are many, and one major benefit is reducing your exposure to harmful chemicals like pesticides. So in one study, they looked at adults consuming a diet containing 80% organic foods, and they found that this diet reduced the pesticide breakdown products in their urine by 96% after just 1 week. That's huge, and it also proves that we don't have to be perfect when it comes to choosing organic foods, but meaningful changes really can have a dramatic effect. Organic is also more nutritious. So, in one study, they showed that organically grown food was 20 to 40% higher in antioxidants and phytonutrients. When you choose USDA organic, this also means it's non GMO, and this promises, or non genetically modified. So, this promises that our food is produced without genetic modification or engineering. Okay, so that wraps up our tour of the Natural Grocers Healthy Meal Wheel. And I hope through going through that tour, you realize that following the Healthy Meal Wheel is really a great place to start and a great way to improve the nutrient density of your diet. But I want to add another layer to this. So, despite our best efforts, and no matter how healthy the diet, it can be really hard to get all of the nutrients we need from food alone today. So, this is where supplements come in. Supplements are a great complement to a healthy diet and can help fill in the nutritional gaps. However, I think, it's a common thing that many just don't know where to start with supplements. And for that reason, that's why we've created our foundational five supplements. So our foundational five provide your body with some of the most important nutrients necessary to take your health to the next level. So our foundational five supplements include a multivitamin, magnesium, vitamin D, the omega 3s, EPA and DHA, and then super nutrients. So, we're going to take some time now to review each of these, starting first with the multivitamin. So, most multivitamins provide a well rounded mix of important vitamins and minerals, again, helping to fill in the nutritional gaps. So, this includes our fat soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, B vitamins, and minerals like selenium and zinc. And by increasing our nutrient intake, research has shown that multivitamins can support our energy, mood, cognition, cardiovascular health, as well as healthy blood sugar levels. So, Natural Grocers has a variety of high quality and affordable multivitamin options for you to consider. And any crew in our vitamin aisles would be happy to support you in finding one that works for your unique needs. All right, our next foundational five nutrient is EPA and DHA. So, EPA and DHA are two omega 3 fats that are some of the most well studied nutrients, and research actually has supported their benefits in several areas of health, ranging from healthy weight maintenance to cardiovascular health, learning and memory. Joint health, a healthy gut microbiome, and immune health. EPA and DHA are also necessary to support healthy cell membranes. And when we have healthy cell membranes, our cells are better able to communicate. And they also play a really crucial role in inflammation modulation within the body. So you can see that our omega-3 fats, EPA and DHA, are really important. But unfortunately, a significant number of American adults are not meeting recommendations for omega-3 fatty acid intake. Additionally, while under-consuming omega-3s, we tend to overconsume omega-6 fats. So omega-6 and omega-3 fats are really best consumed in balance for optimal health. But current estimates suggest our intake of omega 6 to omega 3 fats is somewhere around 20 to 1. And optimal benefits are really thought to be achieved with a ratio of 1 to 1. So, our consumption of omega 6 fats has risen dramatically, largely due to the consumption of excess vegetable oils. So this includes soy, corn, safflower, and sunflower oil, which all contribute to excess omega-6 fats. And you might be thinking, well, I don't have any of these oils in my pantry, but most often they tend to show up in processed food. So I really encourage you to look at the ingredients label, and a lot of times you'll see these oils there in processed foods. So it really is important we do our best to limit our consumption of processed food containing these fats, while also increasing EPA and DHA from food and supplements to help us get closer to the ideal 1-to-1 ratio. So EPA and DHA can be found in whole food sources like cold water fish, including salmon, sardines, and herring. And then you can also opt for supplemental EPA and DHA to increase your omega-3s. So there's a variety of options available, including fish and cod liver oil supplements, or also algae-derived alternatives if you're vegan and vegetarian. So, research suggests overall that a minimum of 1,000 milligrams of EPA and DHA from supplements per day may be necessary for optimal benefits. All right, so next we've got vitamin D, which is probably one of my favorite nutrients. It's also known as the sunshine vitamin because our bodies can synthesize it from the sun. But even though we can synthesize it, according to data collected from a national survey, between 40 to 80% of adults in the US have insufficient vitamin D levels. This is unfortunate because vitamin D has a lot of important roles in the body. So, its major function is to help regulate calcium levels. And in doing so, this helps regulate our body's pH balance and also ensures that calcium is deposited into our bones. And regulating calcium is so important that it actually takes precedent over all of the other jobs vitamin D has in the body, including supporting healthy gene expression, brain health, immune, and cardiovascular health. So, if you have low vitamin D levels, it will all go to this vital function of regulating calcium and nothing else. So, it's only when you have a full store of vitamin D that there is enough to be used to support other functions listed on the slide. So, what this means is that when you support optimal vitamin D levels and optimal levels are met in the body really can go from surviving to thriving. Okay, so another great foundational supplement to add to your routine is magnesium. So, magnesium is well known as the relaxation mineral and is a cofactor for over 600 different enzymes. So, these enzymes are responsible for many biochemical reactions in the body. And research also shows that magnesium provides a wide range of health benefits from cardiovascular health to healthy sleep, bone health, a healthy mood and blood sugar balance, muscular comfort, as well as a healthy inflammatory response. So, getting more magnesium really can help you reach your health goals. But unfortunately, just like some of these other nutrients, over 50% of Americans do not meet the recommended intakes for magnesium, which is quite astounding. So, to help ensure optimal levels of this important mineral, we can emphasize dark leafy greens in the diet, which are rich in magnesium, alongside taking a magnesium supplement. All right, so the last category of our foundational five supplements is super nutrients. So, super nutrients are a great way to help you customize and tailor your supplement routine to your specific health goals. So, super nutrients include a wide range of nutrients like CoQ10, turmeric, garlic, beets, L-carnitine, and more. So, again, I want you to take a moment to think back to your personal health goals that came up for you at the beginning of our presentation and consider what super nutrient might be best for you. So, if it's healthy energy levels you're after, maybe you add in CoQ10. If you're looking for inflammation modulation, maybe you consider a turmeric supplementation. If you're looking to support brain health like memory and focus, you might consider phosphatidylserine. And if you don't know which super nutrient is best for you, that's okay. We've got a variety of resources to help you figure that out. So you can actually take our super nutrient quiz on our website at naturalgrocers.com. Can answer a few questions and it will let you know what super nutrient might be best for you based on your needs. And then you can also schedule a free one-on-one health coaching session with us nutritional health coaches, and we can provide tailored supplement recommendations. All right. So we've talked a lot about a lot today. So I want to go ahead and summarize. So, really, the first step to supporting optimal health and vitality is revamping your diet and ensuring that we're eating in a way that supports health and vitality. So this includes ensuring balanced and nutrient dense meals, and we can do this by following the 5 simple steps laid out in the Natural Grocers Healthy Meal Wheel, including filling half of our plate with veggies, incorporating quality protein and healthy fats, and maybe adding in some additional optional carbohydrates if needed. And we also want to make sure to prioritize organic and non-GMO as well as naturally raised animal products whenever possible. And then lastly, with once we have healthy meals in place, we can work to fill in any nutritional gaps by adopting the foundational 5 supplements like a multivitamin, the omega-3s, EPA and DHA, vitamin D, magnesium, as well as super nutrients. Okay, so alongside educational classes such as these, Natural Grocers can provide you with additional support in a variety of ways. We've got some great book options available in our stores, such as Nourishing Traditions, which is a great resource if you're interested in learning more about soaking and sprouting your grains and legumes. We also have the Primal Blueprint and Food What the Heck Should I Eat by Mark Hyman. All of these books provide a deeper look at a lot of the topics we looked at today. Additionally, on our website, you can find great recipes to help you put the healthy meal wheel into practice, and you can also access free nutrition articles. And then finally, you can always consider connecting with one of us nutritional health coaches, and we can conduct a free one-on-one health coaching session with you to give you tailored nutrition and supplement recommendations. All right, everyone. Well, that wraps up our class today, week 1, How to Eat for Health and Vitality. I really hope you enjoyed it. Before we end, I just have a few reminders. Please don't forget to check out week 2 of our 21 Days to a Healthier You program, which will teach you how to kick sugar cravings goodbye. In this class, you'll hear from another one of our nutritional health coaches who will teach you strategies to support healthy blood sugar balance in the body, which again is key for achieving vibrant and optimal health. And she'll also teach you how to stop being a shazombie. And if you're like, Erin, what in the heck is a shazombie? Well, I guess you'll just have to attend week 2 to find out. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you next time.